Oh my goodness. Micah Parsons, bro. Oh my goodness. I have a show for y'all concerning Micah and Trevon Diggs tomorrow morning. Be sure to subscribe for that one, because you don't want to miss that one either. Trust me. But this one just came across my desk, and I had to get this out to y'all tonight, man. Jory Epstein has a report from Micah Parsons. And, bro, dare I say, Micah Parsons just went scorched earth on Mike McCarthy's entire career, bruh. Let's get into this, and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content. Jory Epstein just reported, Micah Parsons said coaches aren't his top worry as Cowboys season spirals. Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. That's not the part everybody needs to trip on, even though I know initially it already sounds like it's going downhill very quickly. And it is. Guys I kind of feel bad for are guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year or on their way out, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. Those are the kinds of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for. Okay, we are officially, we not in, is Mike McCarthy losing the locker room watch? We not in, are the Cowboys still fighting, and who are they fighting for? We just had a huge question mark answer for the entire Dallas Cowboys fan base. Micah Parsons, and we know at least Trevon Diggs probably too, for sure, at least those two, but some part of that Dallas Cowboys locker room has completely stopped fighting for Mike McCarthy. And now, this brings into question, y'all remember that random report that came out about Dak Prescott taking extra time to go and visit Mike McCarthy's family and see where he came from? I think it was Dak and a couple of the other guys. They went to go really kind of invest in and see what Mike McCarthy was about. And they put that story out pretty much as a vote of confidence coming from a portion of that locker room. And at that time, I was like, all right, I guess if the guys are still bought in, I guess we got to be bought in right now, at least, until we see how this plays out. But I think now we're seeing that at least a portion of that locker room has never been bought in to what Mike McCarthy is selling, because for someone to say you want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did about their head coach, their current head coach, is crazy work. Now, like Jory Epstein said, she took the first part of that quote as like Micah saying like, hey man, these guys get to continue their career. This is not the end for them. Mike McCarthy can go and try to be a coach elsewhere. He can go and coach, but this is the last time some guys are going to be able to play. And that part of the quote is absolutely, positively true. But it's what this quote represents. And it represents a complete and blatant lack of respect, a lack of authority, and a lack of support within that locker room to some degree, to at least in some parts, for Mike McCarthy. And with that, Jerry Jones can talk about how he's afraid to make in-season changes and how it's burned him in the past, and that's why he don't want to do it right now. He can talk about that all he wants. But when you got the guy that you just came out and said he's irreplaceable, this is the future of your team, he's an integral part of the future of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's coming out and pretty much saying, I'm not fighting for this guy. I don't care about this guy's future. I'm not worried about if Mike McCarthy's here or not. I'm not worried about, oh, woe is Mike McCarthy. I'm worried about my guys. I don't care about the coach. Man, that's bad. That's bad. Because part of the head coach's job is to get your team to fight for you. That is what Dan Quinn is doing for the Washington Commanders. That is what Dan Campbell has done for the Detroit Lions. That is what Andy Reid has done for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is what all the best teams in the league have been able to do. The teams that have been consistently good. That's what those teams are doing, man. Those teams are in part fighting for them coaches too. At least they're fighting for the standard that the coach has set. But Micah has demonstrated that these guys, and some of the most important players on your team, they don't even have a respect for any kind of standard he set, because they don't have a respect for his resume. They don't have a respect for the work that he's put in as a coach. They don't have a respect for the fact that he, as a coach, has probably been in the building more than those guys have, at least throughout his career. I know for NFL, people always talk about how guys are in there from the time the sun is up to late at night, and they don't have a personal life because they're at the building complex all the time, watching film and figuring things out. These head coaches put in a lot of time as well. And these players know that. These players know the time these coaches invest in this game. And for Micah to completely dismiss that, at least in this quote, that says a lot. And I'm not even looking at this like, oh, shame on Mike. I'm looking at this like, hey, we're finding out what we need to find out about this team. This locker room has been divided. There's a clear difference in what Dak Prescott sees for this team and the type of leadership that Dak Prescott's trying to impart on this team, and what Micah Parsons and the direction that those guys kind of want to take the Dallas Cowboys and what they see and what they feel like they want and what they need in the guys that's charged with leading that organization. And who's right? I don't know. We've tried it Dak's way, and I'm going to be honest about this part. We've tried it Dak's way. Dak has always spoken highly of Mike McCarthy. He's spoken highly of past coach Jason Garrett. He's never really bucked the system and made it at least be known to the public eye that, hey, I'm not necessarily, this is not all rainbows and buttercups for me either right now, right? Micah don't care about that, bro. This quote is very, very powerful. It's very shocking to a degree, because I feel like Micah Parsons is smart enough to know that saying something like this and saying it this way, and I know he's not overly emotional. He's not upset. He was seen smiling and laughing on the sidelines. It was already 34-6. So I know he's not mad and upset and stuff. So don't give me you were caught up in the heat of the moment. You came off of a tough loss and your emotions were just heated and you didn't realize what you were seeing. Because that's not the case, bro. We saw you laughing on the sidelines with Trevon, bro. It was 34-6 already in fourth quarter. The game was already wraps. It was already blouses, bro. So there ain't no over emotional thing. You're smart enough to where I know that you know what you were saying, and what you did with this quote was essentially let Jerry Jones know that, hey, we're ready. We're ready for you to do something else. We're ready for whatever's next, because this guy, we really don't care whether he's here or not. And wow. Let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments below. I'll hold my thoughts on this for a minute. I'll probably sleep on it a couple of days, let him clear it up. I'm sure he's going to talk about it on his podcast. He might have put this out here so he can have something to talk about on his podcast. Who knows, man? Who knows, man? Cowboys crazy, bro. They operate crazy. My emotions are completely turned to neutral for this team right now. I'm essentially watching this team to see who's going to be the standouts, who's going to be the players that continue to show some heart, that try to earn roster spots, who's going to show the right type of stuff. As far as football players go, I know we got DeMarvion Overshawn. We got a kicker. We got a couple of guys on this squad that's like, okay, these guys are good to go. But, man, it's just, this is crazy. We still same old cow.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo, hey, I'm still them boys.